Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. So, in the last episode we did our third cargo run. We've tried it with Exterior as the last one, and at the end of the video we had a little bit of time left, so we put together a brand new list. So we've gone for Astra. It's probably my favourite commander so far, though I do really enjoy Zax in the knockback, and we've decided to go for just sort of a value with a little bit of combo in here as well. So one of the things we tried to do is basically stall out the game for a little bit of a while. So we've gone for Toda Mystic Manteo, Stitchy McPatchy to sort of keep that little health coming in, probably to our captain, but maybe to a few other units as well with Stitchy McPatchy. We've got Torian Guardian to keep things alive as well. Snareling to basically go for those mobility plays, keep things still. I think Snareling's still probably one of my favourite models. Chuck and Co again just to keep things at a bit of a distance from us. And then in terms of sort of firepower, we've got Switchback, we've got Broken Vengeance, we've got Furia and Florio Lancer. So Furia is sort of the corner piece of this list. So what we're hoping to do, there are obviously plenty of other ways to win, we can just play a standard game, but what we can do is leave Furia in the back, keep her charging up and up and up and up until she's got enough damage to one-shot the enemy captain. We can keep her alive with Stitchy McPatchy in the meantime. We can use Torian Guardian to reduce the amount of hits coming into her. And then when she's finally ready to pop out and get to that point where she can deal that damage, we've got Fate Twister Tanton, who's going to make her attack guaranteed hit, no matter what the percentage. So we just need a tiny line on the enemy commander, and we can get that, get that off. We've so far not seen that in action yet. We've did a little AI game yesterday. We won, but it was AI. It wasn't anything particularly challenging there. I still love the look of these different animations. This is the next one that we open with a little spiral for our legendary, which is going to be Broken Vengeance. I think I like all three of the premium ones. So, I mean, are these actually just elemental? We've got fire, air, fire. I suppose that's, yeah, maybe not, because that's like earthy. That's fiery. We haven't really got a water one that's also fiery, and then this is sort of air and lightning. I'm not sure which I like, but I like all of them. So this is the list that we've got together. We're going to give it a run. Our only self-painted model is our little Snareling here, which, as you can see, this was the painting we did in the early access, so I was really happy with how it turned out. I might go back and change a few colours, but this is our first attempt. Again, getting like the saddle to look nice and the leather and all that sort of thing. I was really happy with it. But we are going to do some more painting at some point, but not for the moment. For now, let's just get back into some games. So we're going straight into the PvP. Like I said, AI was last time. We don't need to be rushing too much about that. We've made our little banner. Let's have a go, see what we can do. So these are actually going to be our first PvP games since the early access has come out. We focused entirely so far. In fact, that's a lie. We did one game with the default list as part of sort of the tutorial. As in the the initial missions to get some spare blanks. Is that? We've got two people both with the Founders Pack, because that's the Founder Pack skin, and I think they've actually gone through and painted theirs as well. So that's an interesting hand there. So I mean, I like Plink and Disruptor Beam. I think that's probably what we're going to pick here. This helps us with a bit of our combo, but that's sort of very reliant on that. But you know what, let's actually just go all in on that. This almost guarantees us to get hold of Fury a bit easier. But before anything, I want to... How was it you could pick up the models? Because I swear there was a way that you could look at the enemy models there, and that is absolutely gorgeous. They've done a really good job of... I think they've taken basically the standard paint scheme and just changed a few colours. So yeah, because it had that... See, they've gone for Plink. Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting one. So we can potentially get Tanton down turn 1, but in general, we just want to be hiding, reducing things. Torian Guardian's a good one to reduce, because we can actually now play that turn 2, and just keeps us a little bit more alive. The fact that we have got Lifeline means that we can never actually just get fully plinked to death, and now we get to start seeing what they're going to be bringing to the table. So it's that Broken Vengeance. Yes, it is. So this looks like quite an aggressive Astralist. Broken Vengeance, again, we don't know so far, but they've chosen Plink. They're going straight for us. They've got Broken Vengeance. We're going to start by reinforcing. We've got our Broken Vengeance. So again, it could be something similar to ours, but so we've got a couple of options here. I think we're going to place down Torian Guardian. Because putting the two of these together, in fact what we may do is actually just move up slightly and Torian Guardian here. So in fact we've got Furia and... Okay, I think that might be a mistake, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to boost morale. Because if we hit Furia... No, we hit Switchback. I'm going for just trying to get the combo off this time. So we're probably taking 3 or 4 damage here. Blink is actually going to start really hurting. So we do need to sort of start pushing next turn. We're going to have 4, so we can potentially play... Do you know what, I'm going to try and just use boost morale every turn and just see how that works for us. Boost morale, stow away every single time we can. Get more and more units, more and more Cinder. And try and just keep things moving. So we're going to have 4 next turn, so we're probably playing Switchback and reducing a cost. However, if we reduce something else to cheaper, we can potentially save some Cinder and play 2 things. I was not expecting them to move defensively there. I thought Broken Vengeance would be trying to take me out a little. So, who do we reduce? We've got 3 left. We've taken Furia down to 3. Okay. So, is this hard cover? Soft cover. That's soft cover. Everything here is soft cover. So I think my best plan is actually to move up here and bring Furia down behind this soft cover here. So Furia's going to start ticking up. Next turn we can reinforce, and then we can start bringing out a couple of units each turn to try and sort of reduce the amount of damage incoming. So it might even be hard for them to get a good shot off with Broken Vengeance here. But yeah, this could be our chance of getting the big combo. Lifeline is really good for Fury if we don't get things like Stitchy McPatchy.
Okay,
and then, yeah, so Blink again, it's all fine. Are they leaving Broken Vengeance alone? I'm okay if they do. I'm happy with him there. Okay, they're getting their boost morale. This is an interesting one, because we don't know what their second option is, so I'm thinking it could be something like Corrosive or Orbital Bombardment, or it could even be something along lines like our Lifeline, because they don't know about that yet either. If they go defensive still, we're absolutely fine with this. The Neck Divine, yeah. Okay, so they're not an aggressive deck. Ooh, they stunned me. Okay, that's fine. We have got units in our list that heal us up. Hopefully we may even draw one here. But we can't... Ah, interesting, we can't use our abilities when that's the case. So, we've got 4. So I think we're probably best off playing 2 units here. So I'm going to go with Torian Guardian first to sort of keep a bit of protection going here. Because Furia can just run and hide. But then I'm also going to go with... I'm going to move Furia over here.
Tiny pets.
What gets the hardest line of sight for them to reach? Yeah, I think over here is right. And then I'm actually going to put the Fate Twister Tantan in front. So Tantan is obviously quite squishy, but they haven't got enough damage here to outright kill him yet. Lifeline, nothing has 5 or less health apart from Tantan, and that can't be dealt with yet anyway. So at least we're getting to try this out. I'm not convinced it's going to work, but yeah, so here comes the Blinks. But that is a wasted Blink, because if they can't get enough damage to kill it this turn, we can actually just keep lifelining it on a consistent basis, which is really good for us. Next turn we're going to start bringing out some killing units, and I think we're both going for defensive positions, but our reinforce, our stowaway, is giving us a lot more options, so they need to be the aggressor right now. So this is going to be a fairly low chance to hit, I imagine. Yeah, 27. And that's put them in a vulnerable spot. Okay, they hit it. So, here's the interesting thing. They've hit that. Now we can choose to either bring out Furia and one-shot him, which I think is probably what we do, but it depends on what they place down here. So Furia coming out and one-shotting someone seems absurd. We don't have Reinforce, we do have Lifeline, which we are going to use next turn. And then things like our own Broken Vengeance or Switchback coming out. Okay, they've played Estly at the back. Sure. So, we're actually quite lucky that our Toner Mystic Manteo is further down the list as well. all in all, I think we are absolutely right to just get any line of sight on that and try and go for the kill. So, use Season of the Hunt first.
It's fine.
Move over here for some protection and just get our range attack. Excuse me. There we go. Guarantee that we kill the Broken Vengeance. So this way we can then heal our this guy, whatever he's called.
Smart.
Boost morale.
You know you wanna play.
And then we're looking at starting bringing in things like Switchback wants to be probably more to the north because we want to move onto the... Ah, okay. We've just got the victory. Excellent. I was going to say, if we move Switchback to the north, we can start trying to take out their healer, and we can just leave them with minimal resources, because we weren't going to be dying anytime soon. Excellent. So that's the first game done. That was nice and quick. It went pretty well. I think the right decision was taking out Broken Vengeance. We could have taken our time and again gone for the one-shot kill, but guaranteeing that we kill an important model. And Broken Vengeance, again, doesn't do much, but it hits for 3 damage back every single time. Okay, I will admit, it's making me happy seeing multiple Founders packs, because I really love this game, and I want it to be supported as much as possible, so that's brilliant for me. Looking at this, I just want to take this one. Orbital and Cinder Infusion. It's a really powerful couple of abilities. They're not particularly synergistic, but they're just really, really strong. So I wouldn't even be surprised if we saw, at some point, maybe even some interaction with characters and the abilities sort of in the opposite direction, in the assists. So maybe a character that can swap one of your assists, or a character that can, you know, pay Cinder to upgrade them, or something like that. I think that would be a really fun mechanic in the future.
Dad taught me to
So,
share.
we boost morale every turn. Again, same model. Beautiful model. We're just going to hide for now. And end the turn. They're going to probably do the same. We can't play anything next turn unless Florio Lancer also gets reduced in cost. I don't see them doing anything different to us. Oh, they've got Maximus. Tower Arsenal. Interesting. Tower Arsenal hits for 2, so... Gonna boost morale. Let's see who we get here. No one. So the question is, do we attack or do we not? I think the correct answer is yes, we do. But what we want to do is we want to get an angle where it's harder for them to attack back with their commander. The reason I want to attack back is because... Oh, thank you. I was about to say 2 attacks, but 1 attack, and basically we can be careful next turn, give us the ability to orbital strike, and we've also got Cinder Infusion coming next turn to heal a little bit back. We didn't want 2 crits, I'll admit that much. So we've actually got 6 Cinder next turn. So I'm probably going to play Chuck and Co and Broken Vengeance. And they've got someone else to bring down. If this was Torian Guardian, that'd be good to play sort of near here. I mean, if it was Jailbreak, that would be awful for us. Toxoid, okay, sure. So we are just going to basically run from Toxoid, use our range attack, get the damage onto it. Now, I think we actually still want to boost morale, save mana in the long run. Broken Vengeance is now free, we can play 2 units, we can use this, gain some health, and save some until next turn. So I think that's what we're going to do, although... We could actually also Broken Vengeance and give him haste. But let's Broken Vengeance over here. In fact... No, let's Broken Vengeance and give him haste. Because if we go here... Broken Vengeance... Into the breach...
People never learn.
He can move to get his range attack. And if we want to just get as thin an angle as possible... It's like here. They might have stim bursts, so let's stick back here. Get that range attack off. Take them off the table, and then...
Did I trigger something?
So we are only using this for the health, and because we get to bank the Cinder. Oh, actually, we could just play Florio. Let's play Florio Lancer. I think we go back here again, keep away from the Toxoid.
You couldn't afford.
I'm going to use my Captain to body block Toxoid. This could be an orbital bombardment, that's fine. It looks like it might be. Oh, Disruptor. Okay, so they can actually kill Broken Vengeance here. Well, across 2 units. But then if they play any units in this area, we've got a bombardment for really good value. And we could potentially just bombard with Florio as well. So this could be a really good turn for us. if they play something in a reasonable area around here, yeah, anywhere around here is perfect. We've got a really good bombardment turn coming up.
One guy's trash is another's
Oh my god,
trash.
with them playing Rickety Backfire, they could absolutely just die. What, have they got another ability? Is it Vortex? Have they got Disruptor Vortex? Okay, when Rickety Backfire is probably dying next turn. If he hits himself...
Love this part.
Ooh, particles. Okay.
You can barely
Did he hit himself? No. Frustrating, but okay. So, our bridge involves Chuck and Go. But I think we're probably just taking both of these out. Because I think it's a risk not to. So let's go for them. And then here I'm actually just going to just bombard this.
Incoming! We all saw this.
And then Florio can just move slightly further away.
Don't
And
worry.
we can just move
the
up here.
tree gave us these.
So we are ahead in terms of having an entire extra model on the board, and we've got, in my opinion, slightly better assists. These are very utility heavy, but we're going to be gaining more health, gaining more cinder, so we're probably playing Chuck and Co next turn, but we might even... I mean, that's fine. I would
Last
just
one out is discharged.
continually move Florio to keep him safe, in my opinion. Ooh, Torian Guardian, okay. So this is one of those situations where actually,
My dad would not
what I think we
approve.
want to do here is move over here,
You know
boost
you wanna
morale.
play.
play Chuck and Co for 2,
We meet at last.
into the breach Chuck and Co,
Wake up and smell the cinder.
and we can get our range attack, which we should have done first, but at least it still hits.
Shrewd cunning.
Melee here and get the hit back, but that's fine. We don't have the chuck off. We don't actually have the mana for the chuck away. So
cup holders.
we're actually just going to move as far away as we can over this way. That may have been a mistake, because this puts us at risk of dying to this, but then that does die on the backswing. Yeah, that's fine. So it's going to die, but then they're going to die in return. As in, not now, but when we come through. But they can place another unit if they've got like a...
Get some air.
Oh no, the Disruptor. Disruptor could save them here if they play it carefully.
Don't
They
worry,
disrupt us
the tree
that way.
gave us these.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this Disruptor could be good. I'd be using it if I were them. I'd just be thinking, throw Chuck and Go that way. Just as far away from this as possible. I'm not sure on that.
Gotta try this.
That's pretty close to being in range, I think. We'll find out. We've got Cinder Infusion, so we can reinforce and possibly play something as well.
Ooh, it's almost
Yeah, not quite in range, so... Reinforce first, see what we get. Torian Guardian is excellent.
Phew, okay,
Cinder Infusion. Boost morale.
get in on this fun.
So, if we attack first...
My dad would not
Just come to
approve.
here. We missed.
Sure,
That's
sure.
not good. Is that their own Torian Guardian? Yeah, it is. So we're going to block them in here. Oh, we can actually still toss it for one, but that's not what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going here,
My armor
give it into the breach,
perfect form takes sweat
and then
practice.
melee here. Hope for a crit, maybe.
This is
Ah,
my
see.
sworn duty.
Awful that we got the miss and they didn't. Yeah, I think blocking them is the most
Taking
important thing here.
flight. I don't like to hurt you.
Protecting Chuck and Co rather than our leader. Oh no, they've got corrosive. Corrosive kills us. Yeah, this has not gone well.
This part.
There's just a little bit. I forgot about the vortex, and that was a big deal
Let me
there.
go next.
That miss is big. I mean, if this could miss, it's got only a 60% chance of hitting, so if this misses, we're not out of it yet. Oh, Switchback is going to murder us. We are in so... Have we got 2 more Cinder? If they can... Did they not rapid fire? If they rapid fire, we're probably just dead. And that'll be the end of our very brief win streak of 1 game. Okay, that works out well for us. Because now we can actually fight back. We're 1 turn away from Orbital, so we need to keep Astra safe. But basically now we're going to be trying to churn out things every single turn. So Chuck and Co is going to kill here. We've got at least 4 damage coming over here. We're 1 turn... Are they playing something else? Oh, they're moving. Okay.
I'm swooping in.
That's fine. So then Astra can do this, in theory. Again, it may not work, but... So the first thing we do here is just 50%. Okay, it worked. So, reinforce. Boost morale. So we get 2 things now. So we've got our own Switchback, but also Stitchy McPatchy. I think this might be a Stitchy McPatchy turn.
Could we throw the Cinder at
So
them?
let's get our melee attack in here.
Victory's in our grasp!
Chuck and Co can come over here. Oh, we are in range to toss it, but I think we'd rather just play... Let's Stitch him with Patchy, because we get to carry the Cinder over next turn anyway.
Stop hurting each other.
Yeah. This works. So we're now in the same position, so they've got a better pull position, they can kill one of our 2 models. But in theory we should be able to kill them back. Oh no, we should have tossed it. We need that 1 extra damage actually. But Chuck and Co is less important, and we've got Orbital Strike next turn, and they should remember this. They could... Okay, so if they give that haste, yeah. Okay, so where they put their attacks is somewhat confusing to me here. Yeah, so that just carries on back and forward forever. He can move. Depending on what Switchback does is important here. Because this is them forgetting Orbital Strike. They just move back slightly and double attack.
Never gets old.
The problem is one of our units left is Tona Mystic Manteo, who we do want, but isn't very useful here. Yeah, I think this gives us an Orbital Strike that can do work here. And then this could miss. Yeah, Ghost's still alive.
Uh-oh.
I think
Something
they've
sounds imminent.
just shot themselves in the foot a bit there. So can we get a solid one with 3 of them in? As it stands, that doesn't get our guys, so yeah, let's just do that first. Let's not waste time. We can go for this hit here. 100% chance. We're going to Stitch and McPatchy heal here. We're going to play Switchback here.
Not a waste.
Give
Good
it into the
ammo.
breach. And then we're just going to get a range attack over here. And move.
So rude.
Where do we want to move? So we're fast, so we can actually just move over this way and keep ourselves safe.
Taking too long.
And then, because they've got nothing on the battlefield, and we want to kind of keep these guys alive. In fact, no, we want to keep our angles available. So we're going to get aggressive here.
Come on. I'm
They're still a turn away from
having
Corrosive. We've got Cinder Infusion next turn. And we're not far away from being able to just crew out everything. So they're going to go down to 5 immediately to reinforce. They're going to spend 1 of it here to boost morale if it's worth it. And that only leaves them with 4.
Join us.
So
Seriously,
there's some
join
things
us.
that they won't be able to play and then activate in a turn. Yep, that's fine. So what we've got here, it is Drum Dancer Tali. So yeah, they can give that haste. They should have given it Pummel. That would have been better, but that's fine. So we're going to reinforce first. Perfect. Tona Mystic Manteo basically means we can't lose from here. So Tona can just go back here. That doesn't really matter that much.
They will wait soon.
Switchback's coming over here and is just going to outright kill Tlali. So we need to switch up first. Range here. And we're just going to come in and melee here. Protect our leader. Stitch McPatchy does have a melee attack, but what we want to do is still keep him far enough back that it doesn't actually take the defensive buff off of our captain. Here we go. So it looks good now. It wasn't looking good before, but from next turn we can start just healing massively. They can only play 1 unit a turn, and we've got 4 on the battlefield. I don't see a way out of this for them. There's going to be some, like, a double critting. If Switchback's even gone as well. So they'd need like a corrosive, double hitting, big turn of some sort with 1 unit. But as it stands, we've got enough to take them out this turn. So, yeah, I mean this hits reasonably hard. They can, things they can give it haste. That's fine, but it doesn't even kill anything. So yeah, that hits all of us. Go for it. And then missed one anyway because we've got Torian Guardian. Sorry, Torian Guardian has been incredible. This is just a mess. They're just going to stick this anywhere and see what happens. Which is kind of fine. We're alright with that. And now they're just going to try and survive. So, in theory, we've got 9 damage here that can just punch them out. So we've still got rapid fire here. We're going to move over and just use our ranged attacks here for 98% chance. And I believe Torian Guardian can get in melee range, and we've got 100% chance to hit here.
Stay close to me.
So, there we go. Easy. I say easy. It wasn't easy. We were far, far behind at one point. But that was a really good game. Really happy with how that went. And we're getting closer and closer to that booster, and we get to see what happens as the rank goes up as well, because we've not seen that yet. So that's something that'll probably be in a few videos' time, and it's probably going to be these exact 3 units, because I like them in almost every list. But we've had a couple of games with that list. I've really been quite happy with how it's gone. So, account mastery level 1 reward. Oh, so there's more ways of getting blanks. So where do I see this? Where do I see player level? Based on your total unit mastery experience. So is there a way of seeing the mastery on things? Well, don't use Age Sentinel, so that's not help. Let's go Snareling. Again, favourite model. So it doesn't have to be things going above it. So what happens here? Why are these highlighted? Oh, I'm a higher Cholek level. I'm a Cholek Sprout. I'm a Smuggler Bandit. Oh, okay. What's this one here? Cholek Sprout again. I don't know what these mean or how you get them, but is that just an amount of mastery in those areas, in the models in that unit? Unit faction, a defense dome, Methodorian Novice, yeah. So that's clearly something specific to those models. I'm not sure why it's not. Yeah, I'm a Sprout on here as well. Okay, so that's another mechanic. I'm not quite sure how that works, but I'm really happy to see that as well. So, all in all, let's have a look at our roster. So, let's go to edit mode and see, is there anything here that hasn't been good so far? So, Toner Mystic Manteo seems really useful potentially, but it doesn't seem to have any sort of guarantees. So let's see if there's anything we feel like taking over that. So we've not gone for like the rapid fire thing that regularly, so Bytol is a maybe, but Bytol's also expensive. We've got Maximus I like just for sort of a cheap early, you know, bit of damage in there, but doesn't provide too much overall. We're not playing the lockdown game, so Crosshair, Jailbreak, Snareling, that's a list we're absolutely going to have to build at some point. We've tried to build ones that are movement based, but if we provide ones that are just immobility based, that would be excellent. We need to build a poison list at some point as well. So, Savria's Safeguard. That's another option, reducing the next damage to a unit to 0 for only 1 Cinder. I think that might be a worthwhile one, because also she does have a bit of output as well, more than Toda Mystic Manteo does. She's not the cheapest, but I think that's going to be our next version of the list. So for now, I think I'm going to put this on hold. That's going to be where we leave it. There's no one else in here that I'm kind of not keen to have. Fate Twister Tantum we've only used once. It was to guarantee a Fury hit that full on just killed a unit. So, and also Torian Guardian, it might just be the next of my favourite models. I'm not sure about that face. You know, let's go into paint mode to have a look at the face better. That face is somewhat terrifying, but I'm trying to see, is it textured or is that just drawn on? I think it's just drawn on, so if we don't like that style of face, we can absolutely remove it, because I think these ridges here are all actually just painted on. That's amazing, because they do actually look three-dimensional. Like, you know, when you hear it, you'd think these would be individual, like, ridge lines and that sort of thing, but they're not. What's it? Is it the same on the knees? Oh, just... because that knee pad there... like these bits here, so the outside obviously is. I think those might slightly be raised, more so than... yeah, these are all raised, but the ones on the face may not be. Let's just have a look on... oh no, they are, there we go. This is a much easier way to see it. So they're slightly raised there, so we can't avoid that factor, but we can maybe, you know, make it look like a spider's web or something one day. Right, so that is going to be that game. I've really enjoyed it. Again, Torian Guardian's coming up as one of my favourites. Switchback is just consistent, and I've really enjoyed this little combo over here. Hopefully you've enjoyed it as well. If you've got anything different you want to see, any suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe to any of these videos. It genuinely does just make my day that little bit better. I still get mobile notifications for every single subscription that comes through, so it really, really does make my day that little bit better. So thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.